PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody out there that followed Courtney on her attempt at the hookah hay. So for most of you that follow me, you know that it didn't end up exactly the way we wanted. 14 days, 10,000 miles. On day number 2, my wife was riding through Big Bend National Park, and another motorcycle rider was, in all practical purpose, the easy way to say it was phased out. Been riding a long time, kind of going into that white phase of just driving down the road, and unfortunately he ran through her and put her on the ground. So both of them at highway speeds were on the ground. Bike was so damaged that she couldn't finish the race, and during the week as I was traveling, she was less than truthful with me about her injuries. So found out a little bit more about it. Let me finish up and let me tell you just a conclusion to last week's challenge for you guys to reach out and do something that you've never done before. Something that you've always wanted to do and are waiting with no reason. So what happened was, she said the last thing that she remembers is she was bouncing down the highway, and when she finally stopped, she realized that that she needed to check her awareness around it. You know, highway, they're laying in the middle of the road. She looked up, and the guy that had run over her was pinned under his motorcycle and couldn't get out. So she gets up off the highway, walks back, picks his motorcycle up so he can get out from under it and drop the motorcycle. She ended up with a broken elbow. She has bruises all over her body. She's having a swollen knee, a lot of road rash, but she's making it. And her plans are in the next couple of weeks to get back on a motorcycle and go again. She's challenging women riders around America to get up and get on motorcycles, get out, experience America, and do things that you never thought you could do before. Which leads us right back into the last part of this hookah hay mission. Just so you guys know, they only do the hookah hay every 2 years, so guess what? So for the next 2 years, I guess you'll be preparing for this thing again, so I'll go through the same exact thing. But you know what? She'll make it next time, and I don't know that the notoriety and what's happened as it comes to light is not going to be a bigger boom for what she's trying to do. You know, people with MS and women riders and people just taking themselves to the next level. And that's the big message right here. You know, why don't you challenge yourself to do something that's outside your comfort zone? Listen, in our business, it's all about, you know, what you bring to the bottom line. You're measured by what you do every week, every Saturday, every month, and maybe not even every year. I mean, it's an instant gratification. You know, what is it that I can do that challenges myself? Do I change the way I'm doing things? I've been selling cars for 5 years, 10 years, 15, for 3 months. What is it I can do to change what I'm doing to change my outcome? And that's the most important thing. Think about this. There's so many opportunities within your dealership, not outside the dealership, within your dealership. Even small stores that have 4 service writers, assistant service managers. If you're new in the car business, that's the people that write all of the service repair orders. And they greet the customer. So if you do the numbers, if you're doing about 20 ROs a day as a service writer, which is about right, 18 to 22, then that dealership is doing about 30,000 ROs a year. That means there's 30,000 customers that are in your dealership, driving our brand, coming to your dealership for service. If they're not on a warranty claim, if they're for customer pay, that means they've singled your dealership out as the place that they're going to spend their money to get their car serviced. Why wouldn't you as a salesperson attempt some way to make sure that everybody, all 30,000 people, and it could be people repeating more than once, which is better, but 30,000 times they've come in the dealership, why would you not make sure that your name was a name they knew? Why wouldn't the mission for you right now in the month of July 2018 be to make sure that by the end of the year, every single customer that used your parts or service department knew you by face and knew you by name? You don't think this is changing your outcome? You don't think people want to buy a car from somebody they know, like, and trust? It's tough for somebody to walk into a dealership and know if they're getting a good deal or a bad deal, or come in with an attitude that I want to buy the car for under invoice. Well, they know you don't want to sell a car for under invoice. They know the dealership can't survive if it doesn't make a profit. So why not put the customer in a better situation so that they know who they're dealing with and they're comfortable in the car of their choice. A lot of times you can help somebody. Instead of buying that LE Camry, maybe you move them up to the XSE Camry, and then they have a lot more resale value, a car that's trimmed out better, something they're more proud of, and you change their mind based upon the knowledge that you've earned by being in the car business. So think about that one little thing right there, and think about what you need to do. So I guess over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to revisit this. Because as we get out of the summer selling months, I mean, just show up to work with a good attitude in July and August, and then closing out for Labor Day in September. And that ought to make your year, because this is our biggest traffic time of the year. But as we start getting into the fall and winter months again, and the traffic starts to slim down, you don't want to lose your role. You don't want to lose your business. So what is it I need to do to put myself in a position where people are coming to me and asking for me by name, by appointment only? Challenge yourself. What Courtney proved to me is that it doesn't matter whether you've done it or not. It doesn't matter whether you think you can do it or you don't think you can do it. What matters is that you challenge yourself to go outside your comfort zone, and then you accept whatever happens. So she's accepted to crash. She's accepted that her motorcycle is totaled. She's accepted that her knee is so swollen she could barely walk right now. But I can tell you something right now, when she recovers, I wouldn't be in her way. And that's exactly the way I feel about you guys. You're working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. The main thing you get from a customer is no and resistance. Well, what I'm telling you is you're durable, you're pliable. You're the people that I admire most in my life, because you start every single day with not knowing the outcome. The rest of the world goes to work, and whether they work or not, they get a paycheck. If they can hide long enough in their 40-hour work week, and now the government's saying, well, maybe we only should work people 4 days a week because they can't handle the 5 days a week. You know, that doesn't make any sense to anybody watching this video right now, because you know how much you have to work. This is your career. This is your livelihood. Don't accept to be in the middle of the pack. Ever accept to be in the middle of the pack. The middle of the pack is extremely crowded. The view from the front is so much better. You got a fan right here. I believe in you guys. You're selling the best product in the world. Nobody's ever going to call you back a couple of years later and say, I can't believe you made me buy that 2018 Avalon. They're probably going to call you back and go, man, that's the best decision automotively I've ever made in my life. You're creating dreams. You're taking care of customers. Make it easy for them. Make sure the reason they're buying a car is you. 4 things to choose from. Do you want them to be happy with the brand? Do you want them to be happy with your dealership? Do you want them to be happy with the product, or do you want them to be happy with you? One choice out of the 4. It's your choice. Casey next. PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Get ready for the next series on how do I take that service customer and turn them into a client for life.